Welcome to Sleep Tight Frights, the place where bedtime stories don't always end sweetly. I'm Evergrey, your storyteller in the shadows. Each tale is a little strange, a little spooky, and just creepy enough to keep you peeking over the covers. So settle in, close your eyes, but don't fall asleep just yet. Before we enter the Smile Room tonight, I have a very special surprise. My 11-year-old daughter, Adelaide, has been working on a creepy tale of her own, and she's brave enough to share it with you all. So before the shadows stretch too far and the whispers begin, here's Adelaide with her very own Sleep Tight Fright.
Hi, I'm Adelaide. I wrote this story all by myself, and I hope it gives you the shivers. The name of my story is The Mysterious Kaluga. Now turn off the lights if you dare and listen closely. Once upon a time, in a deep dark forest, there was a very scary creature that growled like a dinosaur, purred like a cat, and jumped like a frog. A little boy named Gavin decided to find out what it was. He went out to the forest and found the Kaluga. He looked at the Kaluga right in the eye and ran, but the Kaluga did nothing. When Gavin fell asleep that night, he felt something breathing on his neck, and he woke up only to realize he was in the forest again. He realized it was all in his imagination, but then the Kaluga came to life. The Kaluga looked Gavin right in his eye and smiled. Gavin tried to run away, but he had turned into a Kaluga too.
All right. Thank you, Adelaide, so much for reading us your story. I know it takes a lot of courage, but I assume you had fun making it. Which part of the story was your favorite to write?
The starting where it said he purred like a dinosaur, purred like a cat, and jumped like a frog.
I could see why that would be the funnest part of the story. Sounds a little fun. Is your story going to have a sequel?
No.
You're not going to write a second story with this monster?
I don't know yet.
You're not sure, okay. What's your favorite book or creature?
I like capybaras.
Have you heard any spooky stories with capybaras?
Yes.
The one I read for you?
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to post that on the podcast pretty soon, won't I?
Yeah.
Do you think other kids will be scared if they listen to that one, though?
Yes.
And were you scared when you listened to it?
Yes.
Do you think maybe it might be too scary?
No.
All right. Do you have any advice for other kids who want to write scary stories? Should they create the creatures first, or should they write about what's going to happen first?
The creatures?
What's something that you find spooky but cool?
Monsters.
Monsters like that you've seen in real life?
No.
Have you seen any monsters in real life?
No. Except for chicken. They're like dinosaurs.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming, and we hope to see you again. Maybe next time you'll have a sequel for us.
Maybe. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Tonight's story takes us to a zoo, to a brand new exhibit with a window just for kids and a smile that stretches too far. This is the Smile Room. When the zoo opened its new capybara exhibit, people loved it. Bright glass walls, soft grassy floor, cool mist machines. But the best part, the one every kid talked about, was the Smile Room. That's what the sign said. In painted bubble letters above a wide arched window, Smile Room, come pet a capybara. It wasn't really a room, just a viewing area built low enough for kids to crouch down and reach through long, fuzzy curtains to gently pet the capybaras as they passed. The animals were clean, gentle, always smiling, and at first it seemed perfect. Amelia went with her class the week it opened. She loved animals, especially the capybaras, big, friendly, like walking potatoes with fur. She took a photo in front of the exhibit, got a sticker that said, "I pet a capybara in the Smile Room." She even reached through the curtain just for a second. Soft fur, warm and slow. But that night, her mom noticed something strange. A scratch on her wrist. Thin, almost like it had been drawn with a pencil. "Did a capybara scratch you?" her mom asked. Amelia shrugged. I don't remember. She wasn't the only one. Over the next week, 5 other kids from her class showed up with the same kind of mark, always in the same spot: wrist, elbow, forearm. When asked, none of them remembered anything unusual. Some even forgot they'd gone to the zoo at all. That's when Amelia started drawing. She filled page after page with pictures of capybaras. At first they looked normal, then not so much. They had too many teeth, eyes too far apart, fur that turned into fingers, and always a smile that stretched too wide, well past the cheeks, all the way to the belly. One drawing had a name at the bottom: the one in the back. When her teacher asked what that meant, Amelia just said, the one you don't see until it's too late. That night, Amelia didn't sleep. She stared at her closet, at her window, at her wrist, because the scratch was getting deeper. The next morning, she didn't remember anything about the drawings or the smile room. Her mom called the zoo, asked to speak to someone in guest safety. They transferred her 3 times until a voice answered that said, "There's no issue. The capybaras are very gentle." Then hung up. But Amelia was changing, quiet, pale. She started flinching when she heard running water, stopped eating strawberries, and once at school she panicked when a classmate smiled too wide. She told her friend Leo, "I don't think it was a capybara." Leo laughed. "Then what was it?" Amelia's hand shook. "I think it was wearing one." That night Leo did something brave and dumb. He snuck into the zoo. He had a flashlight, a peanut butter sandwich, and a camera. He made it all the way to the smile room. No guards, no alarms, just the long window and the thick gray curtains. And inside, silence. No capybaras, just glass. He crouched, reached through the curtain, felt warmth, fur, movement. Something brushed his finger, then something else. Too many fingers. He jerked back, but the curtain pressed inward, and in a voice low and wet whispered, "Smile." Leo ran, dropped the camera, didn't stop until he got home. He told no one, but he never smiled again. The next day, the smile room was closed. No announcement, no notice, just a plain white sign, "Maintenance until further notice." But that didn't stop the stories. Some say the exhibit was never finished, that the smile room wasn't built for the animals, but to feed something beneath them, something that wears smiles like masks, then waits in the grass, and reaches through curtains when no one's looking. Others say Amelia never fully came back. She talks to birds now, won't sit near mirrors, and sometimes she draws new pictures of creatures with capybara heads and no mouths at all. Just an empty space where the smile should be. If you ever go to the zoo and see a curtain where a window used to be, don't reach through, no matter how soft it looks, because not every smile is friendly, and not every capybara is what it seems. Thanks for listening, and remember, behind every smile, something might be smiling back. Thank you for listening to Sleep Tight Frights. It means more than you know, to us and to the things that listen back. I'm Ever Gray, your guide through the shadows, and if you felt something was watching as the story unfolded, you're not alone. They remember the ones who listen, they wait for the ones who return. So come back soon. Sleep tight if you can.